Prabhupada's most enduring projects was the Juhu land, the Juhu development. And what was then a remote suburb of Bombay. It was open marshland and swamps and coconut groves. Very few people there in those days. So it was difficult for the devotees, some of the devotees, to understand why Prabhupada wanted this land so much. Most devotees are familiar with all of the squabbles that went on for this land over such a long period, many years, and the fights, litigation that was waged over this land. But Prabhupada was so insistent that we acquire this land. And he was ultimately triumphant.
What we were thinking was, mostly at that time they were hippies. So they are being converted into good people. So we should help them whatever way we can. We are not rich or anything, but whatever little in the house is there, we should give. They used to come for cold water because March, April, it was so hot. So they are not used to this climate. And then we used to give limbu, water, and whatever is available in the house, we used to give them. Then once he was walking in the garden, Prabhupada. So some new devotees had come in the morning. So he shows our house and tells, this is Hare Krishna Annex. You all have left your mothers and come. Here is a mother for you. And anything you want to, you can ask her, and that is the house. And he pointed to our house. Afterwards we asked the devotees what he was telling. They said, this is Hare Krishna Annex.
My name is Smriti Warrior, and I lived on Hare Krishna land, B building on the ground floor. And my parents were Mr. and Mrs. Warrior that helped a lot with, with the temple and the devotees, and did a lot of seva, and basically grew up on Hare Krishna land. I was there before the devotees came, so when they first came, I was 6, 7 years old. And of course we'd never seen foreigners so much before, so when they would come, we would stare at them. They were like celebrities. We used to just sit there, every move they made, we were watching them. Of course, at that time we used to tease and chant. We would chant, but we'd teasingly chant Hare Krishna or say Hari Bol. And as time went on, we started to like them, and they would be so nice to us. So we'd always go up, and anything they wanted, we'd run and get it for them. Or when they were living on the rooftop, they would bathe up there, and I remember we used to see these soapy white lathered heads, Gargamuni, Brahmananda, Madhavisa, This must be in Acharya's garden that he's getting massage. Because he came out of there and went right into the house. And later on they started a Gurukul, which we attended. That was the only Gurukul we really enjoyed going to, and the 3 of them did it. It was so much fun. We used to do all kinds of things, little projects, learning shlokas, chanting, putting on dances when Prabhupada came.
Before even having the title to the land, he had a cornerstone laying ceremony. Prabhupada was the expert.
Like Suti Sati Purana Adipaj. Man hipata vipasittu jepi supavajana. Never mind in whatever family one is born, since others, if they are not devotee, how they can interpret on Krishna? Just like he is creating Shudras. So the living entity and this matter, 2 combination makes the whole creation. Everywhere the creation is going on. So therefore the conclusion is Maya tadamidam sadbam. Everywhere I am expanded. Where is the difficulty to understand? Sutre maniganaiva, as the pearls are set up on a thread, standing, everything is dazzling, but they are all resting on the thread. Similarly, everything is resting on Krishna. Krishna is the support. We are discovering so many laws, or the laws are there, they are discovering the laws, but the original support is Krishna. The whole planetary system, the modern science says, the law of gravitation. But that is not very perfectly explained. We can question, there are so many things. But from the Vedic literature, we understand that Krishna in his Ananta feature, Anantadev or Seshasai, Nag, the hoods are expanded and all the planets are resting on his hood. It is so small and the hood is very big in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Therefore, the planets are resting not on the law of gravitation but on the head of Krishna in his form of Sesha. This is our Vedic conclusion. So anyway you take what Krishna says, Mai sarvamidam purutam, everything resting on me. Similarly in the 9th chapter Krishna says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat abbakta murtina. The energies are abbakta. Energy, just like there is light, but it is impersonal. But the lamp is personal or localized. Similarly, Krishna's energies, or take another example, the sunshine is impersonal, but the sun is personal. Sun is not impersonal. Where from the sunshine is coming? It is coming from this sun globe. And within the sun globe, there is the sun god. His name is there also, Vivashan. Name means person. As the sun is person. And we worship the sun. Sabita, Om Bhur Vivashan, Tasabitu Varannam. So, this is the worship of the sun god, the morning sunrise. So, the sun god is also person. So we can study what is the nature of the absolute person by studying the sun. The sun globe is localized, the sunshine is spread all over the universe, and within the sun globe there is the sun god, Vivashan. Similarly, the original planet is Goloka Vrindavan, Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu Kalpa Vrikhalakha Britesu Suravi Ravi Palan, Vaikunthalok, original, the Goloka Vrindavan, the abode of Krishna. So take it just like sun globe, and within the Goloka Vrindavan planet there is the Supreme Person Krishna, just like exactly within the sun, the person, sun god, his name is Vivashan, and from that globe, Goloka Vrindavan, there is rays, Jasaprabha Prabhavato Jagadanna Koti, Koti Shubhasudhadi Vibhuti Vinnam. On account of that effulgence from the Goloka Vrindavan, there are innumerable spiritual and material planets. The spiritual planets are called Vaikuntha Lokas, and in the material sphere there are so many planets, sun, moon, Venus, earth, so many, millions and millions. They are all resting on that effulgence, Brahma effulgence, Jasya Prabha Prabhavatu Jagadannakot, Tat Brahmananta Sesha Bhutam, Govinda. The Brahma Jyoti is the rays of the bodily rays of Krishna.
The following is a class on the nectar of devotion given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 28, 1972, in Bombay, India.
Bhakti Rasa, however, the mellow relish in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, does not finish with the end of life. It continues perpetually, and is therefore called Amrita, that which does not die, but exists eternally.
This is the importance of Krishna consciousness, that in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, Tattva sadharmam charanam mujam hare bhajan napakotho patet tato jadi yatra kava abhadra abhut amussake kuvarthaya apto abhadatam sadharmam. Just like sometimes they say that in this moment, just like the cinema, the hippies are joining, accepting that hippies man, they are useless. They are joining. The Bhagavad says that those who are very dutiful, they are called Sadharma Nishtha. Sadharma Nishtha. According to Vedic culture, there are different divisions of the society. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. So these are called sadharma, mean engaged in one's occupational duty. That is called sadharma. Or in the modern sense, somebody is engaged in business, somebody is engaged in other occupation, profession. Then every man has got some engagement. That's a fact. The Bhagavad says that tattva sadharma charanambujam hare. Anyone, even by sentiment or by any reason, he gives us his own occupational duty and takes shelter of Krishna or joins this Krishna consciousness movement. Tattva sadharmam charanambujam hare. All right, if one has joined this Krishna consciousness movement, doing very nicely, is improving, that's all right. But if he falls down, because sometimes they come out of sentiment, join this movement, and again falls down. Sometimes, not very occasionally. But there is chance, because Maya is very strong. Bhagavad says, bhajan apakotho papitya sujati. He is not mature. In the immature stage, by some reason or other, if he falls down, then jatra kava avadra hut avussaki. Then what is the loss there? There is no loss. Suppose he joined out of sentiment and executed devotional service for some time under the direction of the spiritual master, according to the regulation of the Shastra. But, incidentally, he falls down. He becomes a victim to the Maya. The Bhagavad says still there is no loss. There is no loss. On the other hand, a person who is engaged in his occupational duty very sincerely, he has not become a devotee, The Bhagavad says, what does he gain? The one who is engaged in his occupational duty very sincerely, doesn't care for Krishna consciousness, then Bhagavad says, what does he gain? He doesn't gain anything. But that man who joined this Krishna consciousness movement out of sentiment, but immaturely he falls down, he has no loss. This is it, right understanding. Because this Krishna consciousness is the consciousness of the spirit soul, that is reality. Therefore, as the soul is eternally, his advancement in that consciousness, that also becomes an eternal asset that will never be lost. Even if he falls down in this life, he could not execute 100% the duties in Krishna consciousness, even if he falls down. So whatever he has done in this life, that we can say permanent asset. So that from next life he will be given chance. In ordinary Kurmi's life, there is no guarantee that he will get next life a human body. According to his karma, he will get a body, maybe animal body or maybe demigod's body. But there is no certainty that he will get a human body. But this man, who out of sentiment joined in Krishna consciousness movement and immaturely falls down, he is guaranteed to get a very nice human body. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. That Suchinam Simatangehi Yoga Prishta Sangha. He will get birth in a family, Suchinam. Suchinam means pious Brahmin family or devotee's family. He will get birth. Or in rich family. The second class will get in rich family. But both these families will give them chance to begin where he ended his Krishna consciousness in the last life. He'll begin from there. That is his opportunity. Therefore there is no loss. His next life as human being is guaranteed, even if he is fallen out. But the others who does not take to Krishna consciousness, doing his own duty, but he will get a body according to his karma. Not that is the difference between the karmis and the devotee. Devotee, even if he is not successful to execute the devotional schedule perfectly, right? But whatever he has done, 10%, 20%, 50%, that is his asset. It will never be lost. That is his God.
This is confirmed in all Vedic literatures. Bhagavad Gita says that a little advancement in Bhakti Rasa can save the devotee from the greatest danger, that of missing the opportunity for human life.
Yes. Salpamopi asya dharmasya trayati bhato bhaya. Just like Ajami. Ajami in his boyhood, he was very sincere Brahmin. He was conducting devotional service under the direction of his father. But in youthhood, he fell down. He became a victim of prostitute. He forgot everything. He became a rogue, drunkard, meat eater, woman hunter, all fallen down. But at the end of life, when he was afraid of the Jamadutas, out of fearfulness, he called for his youngest son, whose name was Narayan. Because when you are in danger, naturally, just like a child cries for the mother, because mother is the only. Similarly, affection is there. Similarly, this Ajami asked for the youngest child, Narayan, but immediately he remembered that Narayan, whom he served in his boyhood. So immediately the Narayan messengers came and saved him. Salpamopi, he executed very little service in his boyhood as a devotee. That saved him from the greatest danger. He was being dragged out by the men of Jamaraj, but the Vishnu Dutta came and protected him and took him to Veda. Salpamapiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. By chance, he remembered Narayana because he executed Narayan's service. So there he was saved.
Next is a lecture given at the Bharati Vidya Bhavan by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 18th, 1973 in Bombay, India.
Srimad Nandaji, ladies and gentlemen, this scarcity of Krishna consciousness was felt long ago. When before starting this movement, I tried to approach many friends in India. Sometimes I think I approached late Mr. Munshi also when he was governor in UP. I requested that everyone may contribute a son from the family so that I can convert him an actual Brahmin. Because the education at the present moment is creating Shudras. Actually, there are two kinds of dharmas. Poshu dharma and Manav dharma. Poshu dharma means eating, sleeping, sexual intercourse and defending. This is Poshu dharma. Ahar nidra bhayamaithunancha samannameta pasubhi narana. Eating, this is essential. Try to understand what is dharma. Dharma means which you cannot give up. Dharma does not mean you accept this dharma today and tomorrow another dharma. That is not dharma. Dharma means natural characteristic. Just like sugar is sweet, that is its dharma. And chili is hot, that is its dharma. The snake bites, that is its dharma. Water is liquid, that is its dharma. Stone is solid, that is its dharma. You cannot change. So, what is the dharma of the living entities? Are the human beings. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has enunciated the dharma of the human being. Jiver Swarup hai Nitya Krishna Das. This is dharma. That every living entity is eternally servant of Krishna. He cannot give it up. If he does not serve Krishna, then he will have to serve Maya. Service is there. Nobody can say that I don't serve anyone. Is there anybody who can say boldly that I do not serve anyone? You must serve. That is your thought. Either you become a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or this or that, your real characteristic is that you have to serve. That service attitude, when it is misunderstood, it is applied to Maya and we are not happy. When it is applied to Krishna, then we are happy. Service you must render, that is your position. You cannot become master. Even the politicians, they promise, I shall give you such and such service, please give me vote. So the service is promised, because we have to serve. This definition given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Jiver Sarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas. The real, original characteristic of the living entity is to serve Krishna. That is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Mamaivamsa Jiva Bhuta. All these living entities, they are my parts and parcels. Just try to understand. What is the duty of the parts and parcels? Suppose this finger, they are the parts and parcels of my body. What is the duty of the finger? The finger has to catch the foodstuff or prepare the foodstuff and put into the mouth. The finger cannot enjoy. It has given to the stomach. Similarly, if we are parts and parcel of Krishna, we cannot enjoy anything directly without giving Krishna. That is our duty. Jiver Sarupai Nitya Krishna Das. So, Krishna also said in the Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Samasthapanarthaya Sambhami Juge Juge Jada Jada Hi Dharmasya Glani Bhavati Bharata Abhutthanam Dharmasya Tadatmanam Srijamaham. So, what for Krishna comes? Does he come to establish Hindu Dharma, Muslim Dharma or Christian Dharma? If Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, why he should be interested in particular type of dharma, Hindu dharma, Christian dharma or Muslim dharma? No. Therefore, after giving instruction throughout the whole Bhagavad Gita, as last says Krishna, the most confidential part of my instruction, Arjuna, Sarva Guhyatama, is this. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vrajam. This is all. If you are not surrendered soul to Krishna or God, your dharma has no meaning. It is useless. And where the definition of dharma is given by Krishna at the last stage of his instruction of Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vrajam. If one can catch up this point, then he begins Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma. Prahlad Maharaj said, Kaumaragacharit pragya dharman bhagavatani ho. Kaumara, from the very beginning of childhood, one should be taught about dharma, especially Bhagavad, the relationship with God. Similarly, in another place it is said, Savai Vamshan Paro Dharma, Yato Bhakti Radho Khaje, Ahoituki Apratiyata, Jinatma Suprasidati. Jina Atma Suprasidati, Savai Vamshan Paro Dharma, highest type of religious system. Yato Bhakti Radho Khaje, by which one can learn how to love God. That is all. Anything else, that is not dharma. That is Poshu dharma. Nandaji has invented a very nice word, Manav dharma. So Manav dharma means what is the distinction between Manav and Poshu? That distinction is that a man eats, an animal eats. A man sleeps, an animal sleeps. A man has got sexual intercourse. Animal has got sexual intercourse. A man also tries to defend, an animal also tries to defend. So these four principles of dharma, bodily necessities of life, is equal to the man and the animal. If you manufacture very nice palatable dishes for eating, that does not mean you are advanced in civilization. No. It is eating. So what is the difference between Manav Dharma and Pashu Dharma? Manav Dharma means what Krishna teaches. Sarva Dharma Anpuritasya Mamaikam Sarva. This is Manav Dharma. Except this, anything, that is Pashu Dharma. That is Pashu Dharma. Therefore Bhagavad says, Dharma projita koitava atra. All cheating type of dharma is kicked out from this Bhagavad. So actually, if you are interested in Manav Dharma, we should take instruction from the authorities. Don't try to manufacture dharma. That is not possible. You cannot manufacture. Dharmantu bhasakshad bhagavat pranitam. Dharma means the course given by God. That is all. Just like law means given by the state. You cannot manufacture law at your home. That is not possible. Nobody will care for that. Nobody will care for that. Just like on the street, you have got the law, keep to the left. So if you say, why not go to the right? You will be immediately arrested. You are criminal. Because it is law by the state. By your consideration, where is the difference between going in some countries, in England, now England is kept to the left, India, America, it is kept to the right. So, this may be changed in different countries and different laws, but law means which is given by the state. Similarly, dharma means which is given by God. You cannot manufacture that. That will not be applicable. So therefore Krishna says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead says, that I descend, jada jadahi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. What is that glani? When one forgets Krishna or God and manufacture his own religion, Pashu Dharma, he cannot get. That is not possible. Just like if you make your own laws, you cannot get. You must obey the laws of the state. Similarly, what is the law of God? That is dharma tu sakshad bhagavat prati. Dharma cannot be manufactured by any man or any demigod or any saintly person. No. The dharma is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which he says as the last instruction in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. And actually, it is happening all over the world. Since we have presented this dharma to serve Krishna, it is working very wonderfully. We have got branches all over the world, and you'll find some of these samples, you'll see those who are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, these Europeans, Americans, Canadians. We have got even branch in Iran also, Mohammedans, Christians, Africa. Everyone is taking to this dharma, this Krishna consciousness movement. Therefore Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enunciated, Cheta darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam. There is a conflagration of flame all over the world on account of godless civilization, this nonsense civilization. You have to stop it. Then it will happen. You cannot become happy without God. That is not possible. Therefore, if you are actually interested to spread dharma, you take the principles of Bhagavad Gita, stand up. Bhagavad Gita as it is, don't try to interpret in a fashionable way. This means that, that means that. No. Krishna means Krishna. Krishna means, Krishna says, Matta parataram nanya kinchijasti dhananya. My dear Dhananya, there is no more superior authority than me. You have to accept that. Krishna says, Mame vaja prapaddante, maya metan tarantite. You have to accept that. Krishna says, Manmana bhava mad bhakta, madajadi mang namastu. You have to accept that. Then you will be able to. You will be successful. Otherwise, it is useless waste of time. Sramaeva hi kevalam. Sramaeva hi kevalam. Dharma sarishthita pumsa vishyaksena kathasuja notpadayataratingi jadi sramaeva hi kevalam. You can execute your so-called dharma. But if it does not help you to understand what is God, then it is useless waste of time. It is useless waste of time. Sramaeva hi kevalam. So, actually this Bharatvarsha is the land of dharma. Even some communist Chinese gentleman, he has written a book that is recommended in the New York University. He says that if you want to know about dharma, you must go to India and learn it. We have got so facility. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bharat bhumite manusya janma haila ja, janma sarthak kari karo paro. Anyone who has taken birth as a human being in the land of Bharatvarsha, first of all, let him become perfect and distribute the knowledge all over the world. That is Parabhupada. So I shall request that there is great need of this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. It is only one man's attempt. Persons like Nandaji and others, leading persons, Jajjad acharati sreshta, lokastad anuvartate. Nandaji is one of the sreshta Vyakti of India. He was minister in the central government. Now he is out of office, but the man is the same. I was very glad when I received the literature. I thought at least one man in India is thinking that India is so much downfall. So I was very much encouraged. Otherwise I was very much discouraged that there is no human being because they have forgotten Krishna, forgotten God. Now I see there is still. So I shall request Nandaji to take the standard method as prescribed in the Bhagavad Gita. Then he will be successful. Not only Nandaji, anyone. The example is already there. I am preaching all over the world Bhagavad Gita as it is. There is no fashionable interpretation. No. As it is. And how they are being accepted. So, why not in this country? And in this country, Krishna consciousness is natural, it is not artificial. From the birth of a man is Krishna conscious. Artificially he is being cut down. Forget Krishna. This nonsense dharma should be stopped. Take Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is being accepted all over the world. Why not in India? Why you present competitors of Krishna? Don't do this. Take this instruction of Bhagavad Gita that Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam braja. He will be successful. If you manufacture something, you will never be successful. I tell you. So anyone, the standard is there, the instruction is there, everything is there. Why should we try to manufacture something new? Mahajana jena gatasya pantha dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat panitam dharmasya taptam nihitam guhaya Mahajana jena gatasya pantha. That is our process. Tattva pratisthana, simply by argument he cannot reach the confidential part of dharma. Sutayo vivinna, and if you study Vedas, that is also Samyajuri Katharpa, you will be puzzled. No. Natho munijyasya matam na bhinnam. He is not a philosopher or a muni who cannot give a separate theory. So these things are going on. Therefore, how to know what is the purpose of dharma? That is stated that dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam mahajana jina tadasya pantha. Just follow, try to mahajan. Who can be better mahajan than Krishna? Is there anybody in this world still now better than Krishna who can give good instruction, more beneficial than Krishna? No, there is none. So, take this principle, Bhagavad Gita, as it is, the instruction of Gita, instruction of Krishna, and try to follow. It will be successful not only in India, all over the world. That is my practical experience. Thank you very much.
The following is an arrival address given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 18th of May, 1972, in Los Angeles, California.
My dear boys and girls, about 6 years ago, I came to your country single-handed with these pair of symbols. Now, you are so many chanting Hare Krishna. That is my success. It was the prediction of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, পৃথিবীতে আছে যত নগরাদি গ্রাম সর্বত্র প্রচার হইবে মোর নাম. Lord Chaitanya desired that in all the towns, in as many towns and villages as they are on the surface of the globe, my name will be broadcast. He is Krishna himself, Swayam Krishna, Krishna Chaitanya Namne, simply changing his name as Krishna Chaitanya. So, he is